Shalom. Shalom. I don't know why it's not showing up on the thing though. That's weird.
What?
Like the way the live showing up, usually like it'll show my icon that it's like live. Oh yeah, there it is. Alright. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Want to begin the camp lesson off? I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth through the spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Back here with another camp lesson. Due to the inclement weather, we're inside, but just because we're inside doesn't mean that we can't do the Lord's work, so it never stops. So, just gonna be going over current events in the news, the stuff that's been taking place this past week, since what, December 30th going on, and that being said, we're gonna pull out some precepts. Lord willing to be edifying to you all out there listening and watching. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, first thing, did you want to bring out precept first, or you?
What you gonna bring out first?
Well, the first thing that I had was, it was a Georgia judge that committed suicide, and his body was found in the courtroom. So, and that dude, I did a lesson on that a few days ago, because that happened like, I think that happened like the 30th or the 31st or something like that. That guy ended up deleting himself. I believe he was about to go to trial against a woman for some type of case he had against her, where he I think he like what's the word? He had called her trial. It was something wrong with her trial or something like that, or he did something to get the woman fired, and it was unethical, something like that. So he had some type of dirt on his name to where
he's in trouble.
Yeah, exactly, to where he felt like he needed to delete himself. Then the other big thing that happened was, of course, the New Orleans ISIS attack, where that guy ran the truck into the crowd of people on Bourbon Street. That was January. That was in the morning of January 1st, and they had to postpone and delay the Sugar Bowl.
And they said ISIS did it, huh?
Yeah, they said they found an ISIS flag in on his truck, and then it was another. It was a cyber truck that blew up in front of a Trump hotel in Las Vegas, and they basically was this whole week they've been connecting them two people together. They were at the same military base when they served and whatnot.
And they was Americans though.
Yeah.
Not the other migrants that they didn't let in.
Exactly.
They are Americans.
So, and then this woman who used to be a CIA agent named Sarah Adams has basically like been given a lot of information regarding terrorism and stuff like that, and things that should be monitored and basically like keeping a lookout for it in the coming days and months involving terrorism. Because you know what, since 2020, I think they've been letting in refugees, immigrants, migrants.
They say it started in 2015 with George Soros.
Yeah, so
You know,
they
with the NGO, non-government organization. So he started in 15 with over in Europe. Then it reached over to Canada in 15. And now, like you say, since what, 2020, it's been an influx over here.
yeah.
So it's bringing it down, man.
And so you have like people like Trump, his administration trying to deport people, and they said they deporting whoever, they don't care. Um, that could include Americans, but it's funny that we so called have a problem with immigration. When you have people that are getting over the borders or getting through the borders illegally, as well as others who are quite literally being shipped over for a purpose.
Yeah, for a purpose.
And that purpose is for martial law. You know, you have hundreds of thousands, millions of soldiers that's been shipped over here, that's been going around. And I know for sure in New York, they was talking about how they moving these different immigrant soldiers on the blocks and whatnot of black neighborhoods, and basically taking over their neighborhoods and stuff. But they also not gonna talk about the Edomites that's being shipped over here as well, or those immigrants who come over here illegally. They just worried about our people, the Northern Kingdom people who crossed the border, the southern border. That's all they worried about. But they're not gonna speak.
Folks.
Yeah, they're not gonna speak on the people who crossed the border on the Canadian or the northern side, as well as, like I was saying, all of those different soldiers and whatnot that they have over here as migrants. They have quite literally been learning how to live like an American, study all your moves, since 2020, and before that, like he said, 2015. So you have that, as well as another thing that goes into that, which is sleeper cells, which is basically like all the different terrorist, so-called terrorist people that they have in there, in the United States, as far as the different groups, Al Qaeda, ISIS. They naming these different terrorist groups and
they
organizations
working with
and whatnot.
ISIS. They just is working with ISIS. The Americans and the Israelis.
Exactly. And the brother, no, but you have that, the sleeper cells. They basically saying it's 1,000 plus terrorists that's just sent over here to do random acts of terrorism, which, like the brother said, Al Qaeda and ISIS were both CIA funded or CIA started agencies or whatever. I find it funny that America is always telling Americans to worry about these different Arab terrorist groups, but yet nobody talks about the biggest terrorist of them all, which is Esau Edom, so-called white man, as well as America. They've done more killing and more terrorism than any group of people on the earth today.
Yeah, I got something right quick just to start us off from what you've been saying. Let's go with Psalms 7th chapter and 11th verse. The Most High Power judges the righteous, and the Most High Power is angry with the wicked every day. So, the wicked have been established as being Esau Edom on earth, the modern day white man. And also, 2/3 of the Israelites who are wicked, who refuse to repent. The Lord is angry with you every day, and judgment goeth forth every day. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. Every day he brings forth his judgment to light. But what did they say? The wicked know of no shame. So
They continue to do wickedness.
yeah.
That's actually the scripture here. Just send me. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, this is Zephaniah 3:4. And the point being, the father back to brother, and it reads, her prophets are light and treacherous persons Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the law. The just Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. So there's also another precept that connects to that as well. And I'm roughly paraphrasing. The wicked understandeth not judgment, and the righteous understandeth all things. So these people out here, they're going to continue to do wickedness and whatnot, without understanding that there are repercussions to the things that you do in your everyday life.
Yeah. And let me continue with this on Psalm 7. Then it's in the KJV, but then I'm gonna read it in NLT. I'm gonna jump down verse 13. He have also prepared for him the instruments. He talking about the wicked. Let me go back to 12. I'll start over at 11. The Most High Power judges the righteous, and the Most High Power is angry with the wicked every day. If he turn not, he will wet his sword. He have bent his bow and made it ready for judgment. He have also prepared for him the instruments of death. Who? The wicked. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief. Talk about these Edomites, man, worldwide. All these things being caused by Edomites. Behold, he travaileth with iniquity, and hath conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit, and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. So with all these migrants they trying to get over, that they've been putting in these other countries since 2015 under George Soros, the NGO, WEF, World Economic Forum. So you got an influx of migrants over here in America, but it's been going on since 2015 in Europe and in Canada. So it's like they trying to set up a scene for chaos so they can bring forth martial law. Verse 15, he made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made. His mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down upon his own pate. So, whatever these boys got planned, which we know is a lot for this year, they got all kind of pesticides they ready to unleash. They, like you said, they got the migrant situation going on. Trump saying he's going to deport all these people. We want to see how what kind of plan they're going to have for that, and how they're going to distinguish who is who.
Exactly, because, you have people who came over here illegally, and then you have, the people who their children or whatnot, who have grown up and, are adults themselves, but have United States citizenship. So there's no telling how they gonna sift through all of these people, or if they just gonna round you up just because you look a certain way. So
okay, let me go back to that.
And this is the precept that I was referring to, because I'd rather just get it than to paraphrase it.
All right.
This is Proverbs 28:4, and the point being the 5. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as can keep the law contendeth with them. Evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek Yahweh will understand all things. So,
yeah. Now let me get that in Psalm 7:11 in the NLT. The Most High Power is an honest judge. He is angry with the wicked every day. If a person does not repent, repentance is only for Israelites. The Most High Power will sharpen his sword. He will bend and string his bow, meaning he's going to judge your ass. He will prepare his deadly weapons and shoot his flaming arrows. Who's his number one weapon? Esau Edom. The wicked conceive evil. Verse 14, the wicked conceive evil. They are pregnant with trouble and give birth to lies. They dig a deep pit to trap others, then fall into it themselves. The trouble they make for others backfires on them. The violence they plan falls on their own heads. I will thank Yahweh because he is just. I will sing praise to the name of Yahweh Most High. Yeah, so just be patient, Israel. We can't get up. Like I say, what it say, fear not, thou worm Jacob. Yeah. The Lord is in control of everything, man. Let me get that right quick. That's Isaiah.
Yeah. So while he gets there, I'm gonna go ahead and continue. So you have the sleeper cells. then on top of that, like the brother was saying, you have all these different pestilences that's coming upon this place, as well as around the world. You have the norovirus, which is starting to affect people, which is really just like the stomach flu. It's just a stomach flu, but they also saying that there's a new strand that's to come out about it, and I haven't gotten a chance to read up on it and like see all the different symptoms that come with it. But there's also the bird flu, and then a new thing, which is the HMPV, which is started to affect people in China, as well as some people in the United States. So
yeah, I got a couple of articles we're gonna go through, but let me just get to Isaiah 41:14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith Yahweh, and thou Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. So we don't have anything to worry about. The Most High power is that's our stronghold, it's our right hand. Then let me, so since you mentioned that, let's get a couple of articles right quick. I think
the human
came up with something that I seen. Okay, did you see this? Just pulling up some kind of deadly outbreak in China. Hospitals overwhelmed due to mystery disease outbreak in China. This article came from
it's called the human metapneumovirus.
let me see.
And it's one of those flu-like illnesses.
Yeah, HMPV.
Yeah. And the thing with the go ahead, actually.
You just read it.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right. I say hospitals in China are grappling with a surge in respiratory illnesses reminiscent of the early days of the CPAC-19 flandemic. I'm going to say it like that. The outbreak, which began in October, has led to overcrowded hospitals. It began in October, huh? Now they just notifying us, particularly affecting vulnerable groups such as children and the elderly. Ain't that a coincidence? There's something else I know that affect the elderly too, and the children. That jump shot. Let me jump down. Hold on. Despite social media reports of overwhelmed hospitals, no official confirmation has been made regarding the severity of the situation. The NCDPA reported a significant increase in respiratory infections between December 16th and 22nd, with new protocols requiring labs to report infections and control agencies to manage cases. Now remember now, when they had that one, and this was documented, whatever they was using to test people with, that was tainted. So I don't know about y'all trusting that. Outbreaks are suspected to be linked to the HMPV, a virus that causes mild to moderate flu-like symptoms, but can lead to severe conditions in children and the elderly. Like other respiratory viruses like RSV, HMPV spreads through respiratory droplets and close contact. Unlike the COVID-15, there is no vaccine or antiviral treatment for HMPV. The regular flu is a major contributor to the outbreak, with 30% of tests returning positive for influenza. Oh well. The bird flu making a comeback too.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was just about to say something about that. The thing with that is that they saying that it started with affecting cattle, stuff like that, chickens. So if that's affecting the animals, that could lead to famine, because you having all of these different food products. You know, you get a lot of things from beef, you get a lot of things from chicken, eggs, and whatnot, things that people rely on and eat in their day-to-day life. So that could lead to famine if all of these different animals are being affected by this virus, as well as it's spreading to humans too. So
Mm-hmm.
then on top of that,
24/7.
then on top of that, you have to remember that they're saying that there may be more and more ailments or viruses that's supposed to be released on January 21st. So we'll see if that happens. But regardless, there's pestilences being released onto the earth.
Yeah, I got one more too. This probably from one of the most favorite foods of the 2/3 of Israel, as well as the other heathens. Look at this. Scientists report first case of rare parasite in pigs posing human health risks. A recent study has revealed the presence of a rare parasite called Sarcoidosis myocinaria in a domestic pig in central Poland. So these pests is popping up all over the world in various spots. The findings has captured attention because it involves cysts large enough to be spotted during routine meat inspection at a slaughterhouse. Let's see what it do. Possible. These leads to the persistence, the raised safety flags during the most post-mortem inspection. How they reject the carcass. What is this pig parasite? This meat gonna be condemned. It should be condemned anyway. It is really not saying too much in this article. Okay, so why human awareness matters about these cysts and these pigs, even though the nation of Israel ain't supposed to be touching swine no way, not even a dead carcass. In the intestinal type, people get infected by eating undercooked meat containing the parasite. In the muscular type, eating food or water contaminated with the parasite is a risk factor, warns the CDC. An animal would defecate a form of the parasite out, which can then contaminate food or water that people may drink. They say it's not transmissible to humans. They got other varieties that do pose a risk. I just say leave it alone. You're supposed to fuck with it no way.
I feel like I've seen something about some like contaminated water as well in the news.
I know I seen, look at this headline. Bird flu could merge with seasonal flu to make mutated virus that could spread among humans, CDC warns. They shouldn't even be trusted. Hey, that was all from today.
Another thing that happened earlier this week, Israel sent a lot of strikes over to Gaza. And one of those strikes, they killed a Hamas leader who was quote unquote behind or a part of the October 7th attack. Let me see.
Well, he said that, I'm going to go ahead and read Matthew 24:7, because this in effect every day. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. There's famines going across the earth right now, and pestilences has been unleashed by these wicked ass Edomites. I almost said something.
Yeah, I believe right now they said it's approximately 24 million people that suffer from famine in Sudan.
And it's going to be a famine in Syria.
Exactly, a part of their civil war, and people are being affected by famines in the Gaza
Yeah,
Strip.
the Gaza Strip.
Palestinians.
Matter of fact, 8 babies this past weekend just died of hypothermia. So once again, the Amalekites get to walk around the earth and terrorize whoever they want to without no kind of judgment coming to them. But guess what? Their iniquities have reached the heavens.
As it re-
Let me go and finish. And pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. I think it was a volcano eruption in Ethiopia. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Yo.
It was an earthquake in San Francisco. New Year's Day. It was a few other. It was a couple or more than a couple earthquakes in Ethiopia too.
Let me see something he said. These things that they got a famine going on in Sudan. They got a gang of like over 1 million people displaced too from the wars that's going on over there. So you got the famine going on in Sudan. You got a famine going on in Syria. You got one over in the Gaza Strip with them Israelis.
It was civil war in Georgia. That was a few weeks ago though.
Yes,
but that's still, I think that's still going on.
And then you got all these pestilences. They unleash it. They got the bird flu, which is going to affect the birds. Now they're saying it's getting in cows. So there's chicken, beef, and the swine already infected. So that's infected. You know, they're already trying to say, I just did a lesson on processed foods. And a lot of them little spots got taken out the picture during the pandemic. So I'm going to go with 2nd Esdras, 6 verse, 22nd, 2nd Esdras, the 6th chapter and 22nd verse. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Right? So people finna start feeling that effect of a food shortage. You know what I'm saying? And then you got unemployment. It's finna kick back in too. With Trump coming in office, finna be a lot of more layoffs because inflation is going up. Verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Right?
So when that stuff like happens, people, like you said, they get to scrambling and stuff for food and whatnot. Because as it reads in the scriptures, when they shall say, Salaki, when they shall say peace and safety, the utter destruction comes. Mm-hmm. So when they're in a state of comfort, then that's when the shit's gonna hit the fan. When that one day, that's gonna change everything.
Yeah.
It's gonna blind folks flip everything upside down.
They allow their leaders to keep them in this blind state of mind.
Exactly. But it's gonna be too late. Whenever you think, oh, it's about to go down. Well, it's too late. You know, the Lord sent the prophets to warn you all. The prophets have been warning you for decades. Mm-hmm. And you all haven't taken heed. You haven't. My people doth not consider. So it's gonna be too late for you. You're gonna get caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, because these are times we living in. I'm gonna continue in 2nd Esdras 6, verse 27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. And as you can see, the house of Israel, the elect of the house of Israel, is waking up, and the faith is showing. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. Each day, the truth comes out about the wicked, the sons of perdition, and who the righteous are. And now they want to have this new platforms with people coming out saying, all of a sudden, Elon Musk, because Elon Musk and Bill Gates said something, everybody want to believe what, like you say, the men of the Lord been on the highways and byways since the 60s telling the truth. And all of a sudden, you got two wicked ass Edomites to say something, and y'all want to run with that.
I appreciate it. This is Proverbs 29 and verse 2, and it reads, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, But when the wicked birds rule, the people mourn. Whoso loveth wisdom, or Salaki, I'm not going to continue reading. But stop right there. So, as you can see, you can just see from the reactions of Trump winning office, the reactions from these people, how nervous they're getting, how scared they're getting. You know, people are fleeing the country. You have women who are literally sterilizing themselves. So these people are completely losing their shit. Like, it's getting bad.
Canada finna lose their shit because they prime minister finna step down. Trudeau.
Yeah.
You got problems over in France and Germany. The same thing with they politicians. So the house is divided. Esau's house is divided.
Exactly. And when he gets into office, because he officially was
Yeah, so you get to start making moves today, and then they officially declare him the winner or whatever.
Exactly. And the inauguration, which is
20th.
The 20th. So after that, we're gonna see, man.
He said he put a tariff on all the nations that's dealing with BRICS. We finna see how that work for you.
Exactly.
That's gonna further bring 2nd Ezra 6 into effect. The storehouses shall be empty.
Yeah.
Because this is a consumer country. Everything is imported to her.
Yeah. People don't realize that.
Yeah.
By him doing that, you know, people think that Trump is gonna somehow save America. Well, actually, he can't save it. You know, this place is too far gone. And even if it wasn't too far gone, he still wouldn't be able to save it because it's prophecy.
Well, they say, yeah, give a bomb for her, for Babylon. She would be healed, but she can't be healed.
Exactly. Exactly. They healed the first deadly wound, but they're not going to be able to heal what's going on right now. So, like the brother said, this house is divided. Let me pull that up real quick. Baba Kashar.
While you pull that up, we just had something happen in our neighborhood. Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Now we had a couple of things happen just in my neighborhood alone. We had a storm that hit St. Louis and shut everything down yesterday. At the same time, judgment still go forth from the Lord.
Exactly. You could be in the comfort of your own home.
Comfort of your own
thinking
home.
that you're fine and still get got, man.
Yeah.
That's why it's a terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
Sure is. You should get that in Hebrew. That's a good one. Terrible thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. See, that's what Israel has not. They didn't listen to. They didn't trust in Egypt so much in Babylon that they have forgot to fear the Lord. He the king of terrors. So the more and more you think and distance yourself from the Lord, the more and more you got judgment coming for your ass real quick.
So I'm about to pull that up. Can you get you about to pull up a precept?
Go ahead, which one?
Can you pull up Matthew 12 and 24 for me? Baba Kashar. Matthew 12. Fearful thing.
That's Hebrews. Hebrews 11, I think.
Hebrews chapter 10
or 10 or 11.
Verse 31. And it reads, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. And also, I want to get this as well to back that up. This is Deuteronomy 32 and 39, and it reads, so now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. So that's how you know that Yahweh was the one who's talking, you know. He says that I'm the one who kills and makes alive. I wound and I heal.
He rules in the kingdom of men also.
Exactly. So he's the ultimate judge, man. He brings forth judgment every day, like the brother said. And it is a fearful thing to fall into his hands because there's no one that can deliver you out of that hand. So.
Yeah, so when we read Matthew 12, 24, then we start at 25.
Start at 24 and then read down to 25.
Matthew 12, 24.
26,
All right. Matthew 12:24. But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, "This fellow doeth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils." And Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, "Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Salaki. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?"
So, the water. So, the brother just read that. There's multiple examples of division between this kingdom, you know. It speaks on this kingdom being a divided kingdom in Daniel chapter 2, around the 40th verse. But like I was telling this brother before camp, an example of that would be how the Biden administration is trying to make everything super hard for Donald Trump for when he comes into office. You have a lot of I say sabotage between those two parties, but at the same time, the bigger picture, they work for the same person, so to speak. They work for the same group of people.
And Trump coming in puffing at his enemies already. He threatened Canada with tariffs, China, other NATO nations. So it's only causing division among some Edomite nations.
Exactly. He just threatened Russia the other day.
I don't know what.
Talking about nuclear attacks and stuff like that. Then on top of that, just the base level stuff, you have division as far as race. So you know that'll bring in race wars. You have division between political parties, Democrats and Republicans. That's another division. You have division between straight and homo. So it's a lot of different divisions between this kingdom. You have people who like Yahweh Shah said, man, actually Yahweh think not that I've come to send a sword. I come not to send a sword, but to send or Salakia. Think not that I've come to send peace. I have not come to send peace, but a sword. I've come to set a man at variance against his father. So you're gonna see a lot of different families getting broke up. You having problems with people within your own household. It reads that the people of your own household will be your own foes, man.
Yeah, they
your enemies.
A couple of stories in the last couple of weeks, especially in around this St. Louis area. A couple of sons and killed their fathers.
Exactly. And then on top of that, there's an article I was reading, or that I seen in Salaki. I didn't read it, but I seen it, and it was talking about how a man had two women that he was dealing with, and he ended up deleting both of them, dismembering their whole bodies, and then putting them in separate storage units that were like 35 miles away from each other. And he just sat there and chilled, like nothing happened. So you have divisions. You have the love of many waxing cold, which continues to wax colder and colder daily. And while that's all going on, the people mourning. You know, people are continually getting more and more weary, and we're continually getting more and more in a state of merriness, you could say, just based on all the judgment that's going on. But as it continues to boil down and get to the end, you know, we're gonna get more and more married because we understand what's going on around the world. So we're gonna
watching.
Exactly. We're in a state of calmness. You know, as it reads, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your time, of our time. So all we have to do is continue to do the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and we're gonna get taken care of on the back end, man.
Yeah.
So to speak. So.
I got something to back you up. Isaiah 42:9. I start at 8. Isaiah 42:8. I am Yahweh, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Verse 9 go to the point. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. And what's one of them things? Yes.
I got to back you up.
Let me get this for them Idumeans. Shalaki. This is a future prophecy. It's going to spring forth. Isaiah 34:2. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Let me jump down to verse 5. Isaiah 34:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. Now, when you look up Idumea, that's only the Greek way of saying Edom. Esau is Edom. The sword of Yahweh is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fat of kidneys of rams. For Yahweh hath sacrificed in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. That's talking about modern day America, Babylon. This whole landmass, which is called America, finna get lit on fire. Right? Like a big sacrifice. So all these little Edomites that I go around talking about, these my friends. I love Jeff. He's really good to me. Yeah. You might as well tell his ass, you ain't got to worry about no more celebrations over here, buddy. You finna be a nice little sacrifice. Like an altar, big ass altar.
And to add on to that, like you said, all these people you think are your friends, when the day of trouble comes, there are no more friends. You know what I'm saying? You only gonna be able to trust those who are in the truth. All that friend stuff goes out the window. It's gonna be survival time. So you think that these people are your friends? They're gonna show you that they're your true enemies, which is spoken of in the scriptures. You know, it's gonna go back to them old times.
Nigga, this is what we depended on. So,
like I said, race wars. So
yeah, so we got faith in Yahweh by Shimmy Shai. And y'all, let's still continue to lean on Egypt and trust in Egypt and Pharaoh. It's gonna be to y'all detriment. Isaiah 35:4. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your power will come with vengeance. Even the Most High power with the recompense. He will come and save you. But if y'all don't believe that, he ain't coming for you.
right.
He coming for the elect, the hopeful elect in the house of Israel, the remnant, not the 2/3, because most of our people, they going away. Israel is a homeborn slave. They love worshiping idols. Oh, yeah, so we was just talking about Trudeau that went that way.
Can you go back to that precept you brought up?
Which one?
I think it's Isaiah 36. Was that the first one you read? Where you started at verse 2.
Isaiah 34?
Yeah.
Isaiah 34?
No.
When we keep going down?
No, it was talking about how, go up. It might not be that one. It was talking about how the Lord does everything.
Oh, before he sprang forth, it'll tell you
Yeah.
something? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's Isaiah, I think that's 42. I was just saying. Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
The water. So I brought out a precept to back that up. And it reads, this is Amos 3:6 in the NLT. When the ram's horn blows a warning, shouldn't the people be alarmed? Does disaster come to a city unless the Lord has planned it? Indeed, the sovereign Lord never does anything until he reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets. So I wanted to get that. Just
read that in KJV. That's you know what I'm saying?
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh hath not done it? So you could apply that to, like I said, that attack in New Orleans, that attack in Montenegro where that dude went into that bar and killed 10 people, to the people who got deleted in New York.
Yeah, it was some in some 10 people got shot. I think in what was it, Brooklyn or Queens? Or
It was in
something?
Queens, yeah. Surely the Lord God, Yahweh, the Most High Power, will do nothing, but He revealeth His secret unto His servants, the prophets. So that's how you know or are able to tell who Yahweh's true servants are.
Yeah. Read 3 and 6
If
again.
their prophecies are correct. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people shall not, or Salaki, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it?
Yeah, evil meaning bad times. So whether it's good or bad, it comes from the Lord. Just like Job had to tell his wife, shall we accept the good and not the bad from the Lord? Roughly paraphrased.
Yeah, the Lord is a Lord of balance.
Yeah, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord.
Let me see. That just remind me though.
This going along with the Lord at purpose. You know what I'm saying? Whatever He say, gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Exactly. Isaiah 40 and 13. Who have directed the spirit of Yahweh, or being His counselor, have taught him? Nobody. So what He say, what He purpose, is gonna happen. Because you drop down to 15, Isaiah 40 and 15. And you remember now, the Most High Power Yahweh, He changed not. Therefore the sons of Jacob are not consumed. Isaiah 40 and 15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, He taketh up the isles as a very little thing. Meaning the rest of these nations. Well, let me drop down to 17. All nations before Him are as nothing, and they are counted to Him less than nothing, and vanity. So the all the people let's see, all the other nations that's other than the house of Israel, which would mean you modern day so-called white men, house of Edom, y'all don't mean shit to the Lord. You ain't nothing to them. The Moabites, nothing, right? The Ammonites, nothing. Hamites, nothing.
I appointed you as my people.
Yeah, correct. Israel is His portion. You go back to Deuteronomy 32, it lets you know that then. Salaki, 2nd Ezra 6th chapter, on down like 50 some verse. Let me see.
I'm going to bring out a precept while you're getting there. This is Amos chapter 3 and verse 1. And let's step back to brother. It reads, Hear this word that Yahweh hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Yep.
So the Lord have only known us from all the families of the earth. We're the only people that the Lord considered His children, to be His children. So that's why, our people going to get
chastised first.
Exactly.
We get judgment first. What's that? 1 Peter or 2 Peter? Judgment first start at the house of the Lord. Yeah. Judgment must first start at the house of the Lord.
And that's starting with the elect. So
yeah.
It ain't no telling what the judgment is going to look like for those who did not consider, for those who did not hearken.
Yeah. Here goes 2nd Ezra 6 and 56. I'm starting at 55. I started at 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen, like the brother said. Who He chose? Israel. He chose Jacob now. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob had 12 sons, the patriarchs of the 12 tribes. It's in the book of Acts. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. For whose sakes? The Israelites. Verse 56. As for the other people, which also came of Adam, meaning the other nations, just like we just read in Isaiah 40th chapter, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us, and to devour us. And who mainly devoured us? Everybody had their hand, if you read the scriptures, through the various captivities. The Lord got judgment on them nations that's coming. But Esau, Edom, the modern day white man, you're going to get double for what you did to us.
Obadiah 1 and verse.
Yeah,
10,
Obadiah
7.
1. Just read the book of Obadiah. You got a lot of judgment coming, Esau. Your iniquities have reached the heavens. I think that was something else. Let's see. Did we get? I pulled the precept. Let's see. Exodus 8. Let's see. You know, they cutting off the oil from Ukraine. Ukraine had a pipeline of oil from Russia running through Ukraine to a couple of other European countries. And you know, the Ukrainians so hurt, Zelensky so hurt, he trying to cut the oil off. Tell them y'all can't let none of y'all oil go through. It ain't gonna do nothing but affect the other European countries. It's gonna fuck them up. Let me see what I had. Yes, the Lord speak things, and they spring forth. 2nd Ezra 8:50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And that's one of the things our nation have picked up from the rest of these old heathen ass nations. They full of pride, man. Like you said earlier, they don't fear the Lord. So therefore, for all these things, what it says, that's 2nd Ezra.
For all these curses and for all of
The scourges, yeah, they should not be mindful of the scourges or whatever. They still ain't gonna repent.
Oh, actually, I can get that real quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 17. And the point being at 20. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So all of these things are coming upon the earth. Yes,
They've been coming, man. They just picking up every day. You don't realize things are changing. And then we're at the latter times of this current world. Hey, boy, the Lord has said your conscience with a hot iron. Your ass in trouble.
Like I said, man, if you can't see that, so like, if you can't see that, then the Spirit is not with you. If you can't see that this way of life that we've known in the past, prior to 5 years ago, before 2020, if you think that way of life is somehow gonna come back, the Spirit is not working with you. Like the brother said, your conscience has been seared with a hot iron. The spirit of slumber is working marvelously upon you. All of these different signs, as it reads, signs that are coming from the heavens, that is going on all throughout the earth. Famine is going on around the earth. But just because it hasn't affected America yet, means that it's not going to happen at all. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, 2nd Ezra 9, let me back you up this. Like I said, he answered me and said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. We just read it in Isaiah. Before it spring forth, he tell you of it. Former things and things are new. Now, what other guy do that? What the preacher's talking about in y'all little churches? He's telling y'all smooth things. What do you say when it's a piece of safety and all of a sudden destruction?
Exactly.
They still ain't acting like they don't see nothing that's going on around the world. They ain't worried about nothing but the next praise dance or who finna go to school, what kind of scholarship fund they can set up for the next little class of people to get assimilated into this culture.
Yeah, man, you better live day by day.
Like we say, they saying T say he try to put 100% tariff on China. Now, if you do that, knowing they get down there with 85% of the products in this country come from China. He puffed that in. Let's get that real quick.
Literally everything. U.S. don't really make much of anything no more.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know they've been on a decline.
And they got with all these little pesticides that's gonna attack these old people that's already sick. You know, you got that little potato chip coming that's in the process. So things gonna get sped up this year.
Along with that, you have to remember the port strike happened in October. They also have to review them terms in January. So that could also be potential famine as well.
For what they call it, the distribution chain, the supply line.
Exactly.
Let me get this out of Psalms 10. Psalms 10 and 2. The point gonna be in 5. Especially with the new, the coming back with what the apostles call him through the spirit, Nero. Yeah, this guy full of pride. Psalms 10 and 2, the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom Yahweh abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High power. The Most High power is not in all of his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. That's exactly what your new president-to-be, Donald DJ, is doing right now. He puffing at the enemies. He have said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. So he putting tariffs on any country that's down with the BRICS nations and want to stop using the U.S. dollar as the main source, as the world currency. How you going to threaten people like that?
Come on, man. As it reads, let the let the weak say I am strong.
Yeah, Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. So all these nations, man, it's going to backfire on them, man. All that they talking, threatening the BRICS nation, threatening to put tariffs on their own fellow allies like Canada, France, Germany. It's going to backfire on you, especially America. And then you get them Amalekites over there and them Israelis, they just over there steady, spoiling them Palestinians, Lebanese, and now the Syrians. So they expanding their little territory without impunity, and ain't nobody saying nothing. But guess who's going to have war with Amalek from generation to generation? The Most High Power, Yahweh, the Ancient of Days.
That's why I reads comment what all his brothers said was good. That's why I reads, man. Proverbs, what is that, 27? Let me see. Proverbs 27 and 1, and it reads, boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. Let another man praise thee, and not thine own mouth, a stranger, and not thine own lips. So There's a reason why the book continuously, so like it tells us to be holy, or to like tells us to have a humble, or a calm spirit. It's better to be humble and lowly, because humility comes before you can elevate or whatnot. You have to be. It's better to be in a humble state than in a proud state, because as I just read, man, you don't know what a day may bring. As the apostles say, a lot can happen in a day. You seen 9/11. You seen all these other different events in history. A lot can happen in a day. That's why it's better to be in a humble and lowly state. Once you get to talking all that smack and stuff, the Lord's gonna humble you and put you down.
Like that one thing.
You think that all of these things come from your own doing. The Lord will remind you real quick that it's not you who does it, but it is Him through you. So
remember the dude that built the storehouses, talking about he didn't got enough. The Lord said, "Thou fool, your soul is acquired this day."
And this is Proverbs 16 and 19. And the reason, better is it to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. Pride, this is verse 18, Salaki. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. So as he was just saying, man, he's out here making all these different threats. He's been in a very powerful state. It's okay. We're going to see what that pride gets you.
Yeah, gonna bring them down to a low.
You already seen that the nigga that they tried to attempt to assassinate him, 3 times?
Yeah, that I don't know if that was
exactly though. That's
saying.
I take that with a grain of salt, because Esau Edomites have thought a lot of false flags, psyops and whatnot. Yeah, even concerning that stuff that happened in New Orleans, man, and then that explosion in Las Vegas. Both of those was sketchy. So I wouldn't even, America always trying to throw the blame on somebody else, just to sum it up. But yeah.
I'm gonna continue with Psalm 10 and 7, because you're saying it right here. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. So ain't no telling, man, when it with these, I almost said something, I gotta give him something. With these red hot riblets. These people, man, they always scheming, man. But as it is written in the book of Job, the deceived and the deceiver are his. So the Lord is orchestrating all this from the left-hand side and the right-hand side.
And I have a scripture to back the brother up. And it reads in Psalm 55 and 21, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. That's why it reads in Ecclesiasticus 12 and verse 10 that you should never trust your enemy, man, because they always gonna have some type of evil or slick type of thing that they're gonna want to do to you. They might seem like they like all of their wickedness have been washed away, but it still rests under there.
Yeah, they come into crouching. They come to you crouching, trying to humble themselves. But hey, if he do good, he do it unwittingly. As it is written. He ain't know he did good.
Exactly.
These motherfuckers is pure evil, man.
Yeah.
That's how the Lord programmed.
The Lord might have used that Edomite to, help you out.
And then, we can't even go by appearance. He look like an Edomite. If he did something good, must not have been an Edomite.
Yeah, man. He could be confused in the face. Israelite foreigner.
Yeah.
But also reads, man, the wicked are estranged from the womb. As soon as they be born, they speak lies. That's why I say in my lessons, man, whenever you gotta take it, just take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, and to back you up when you're talking about being humble and not proud. Psalms 10 and 12, arise, O Yahweh, O Most High Power, lift up thine hand, forget not the humble. Right? We drop down to 15. Break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. That's what the Lord gonna do. I'm gonna keep reading. Yahweh is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. So that means them wicked ass Edomites, they ain't gonna last for long. Yahweh, thou hast heard the desire of the humble, one third, the elect of the house of Israel. Thou wilt prepare thy heart, thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may no more oppress. Which is who? Esau, Edom, man.
I have a scripture to pull up as well. Did you have another?
Go ahead.
Okay. Come on. So this is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 15. And that's concerning the days that are coming in the near future. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against Yahweh, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of Yahweh's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
Let me back you up with that. Psalm 11 and 5. Yahweh trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and in a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. That's them ICBMs, baby. We'll get them hot rocks. The real ones. The Lord have a sacrifice in Bible. That's the future. What's coming to this land. That's why I say, get out of her, my people. Come up out of Babylon. Because the Lord finna judge this place.
And that's not talking physically.
Yeah, through the spirit.
Man. Spiritually leave this place, not physically. Flee somewhere, thinking you can escape judgment.
It don't matter where you go on earth. You can't get around the Lord, fool. How you gonna get around the Lord, the Creator?
You think you can outsmart the master?
Yeah.
The student outsmart the master. Okay. It's not like the movies.
Yeah, it's how we like the movie. We just read it, Psalms 40. Who had directed this spirit?
The Lord revealed the secrets to us, not the other way around.
Yeah, we finna find out. That's gonna be the thing. We finna find out.
This also backs up. This is Jeremiah 30 and verse 5. For thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. So, as it reads in Deuteronomy 28 on down, where it says, no man shall buy thee, this is talking about how we're going to be saved. But prior to that is going to be Jacob's trouble. But they shall serve the Lord their God, Yahweh the Most High Power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. So that day is going to be a lot of fear and crying from the people. The people are going to be mourning, as it reads in the Apocrypha, the people shall mourn, but ye shall be merry. These people are going to be in a state of fear. They're going to be like women. The men are going to turn into women, as if they was pregnant with a baby.
Or feeling them.
And it's going to be a time like has never been seen upon the earth. So we're going to see who the real man is. The man of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Those are going to be the men who stand up and stand tall, who are going to be stable in those times.
It's going to be like none other. I think it's something that it might be in Daniel that say something to that effect too. It's like no other time on earth ever before.
Yeah, Daniel 12 and 1.
Yeah.
And there's another, You gonna get that? I can get Matthew 24.
I'm getting Daniel 12 and 1. The time of the end. This is what we coming into. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. Once again, who's the children of thy people? The Israelites. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. That's the elect. It's finna get ugly out here, man. Real ugly. You got everything going. You got natural disasters, earthquakes, the Lord visiting the earth with storm, tempest, and fire. You got pestilences unleashed because of these biochem labs created by these wicked ass heathen, mainly the Edomites. The Lord gonna smite the land, so you can't, the farming gonna be destroyed. Famine finna go across the world. It's finna be a time like no other on earth. Neighbor should be against neighbor. Houses gonna get ravished. Get yourself prepared, Israel. You better repent.
Here it is. This is Matthew 24 and 12, 24 and 21. So back to brother up. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be short, there should be, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So like you said, it's going to be a time, a point, a place that has never been seen before. Yeah. I can't remember exactly where I was reading this the other day though, but it was saying it's going to get so bad to where you won't be able to lay people to waste. The bodies are gonna be in the streets like dung.
Yeah.
So whenever you see these things going on in these movies or whatnot, you're thinking it's
all
entertainment.
I mean, if dead bodies land in the street, that's gonna bring forth more pestilence and disease.
Come on, man. There's gonna be beasts that's gonna be wandering around because of these different bodies that's gonna be in the streets.
What the Lord say in Deuteronomy 28, toward the end, the curses, He gonna hit you with diseases not even wrote in the book. Cancer, that package, AIDS.
Things that weren't even a thing back then. And when this is all being wrote and written down.
You take that potato chip, you're gonna get hit with that gruesome, grievous sore. And they gonna know, everybody gonna know too, your head gonna fuck around and fall out. Something gonna happen to you.
Yeah, it's gonna be known, man.
What else we got on our list?
Let me see. I think I said this, Israeli strikes in Gaza. Russia declares retaliation because they struck down 8 U.S. nuclear missiles. United States military strikes in Yemen.
Oh, no, they ain't shot no nuclear missiles now. You mean
not
ballistic missiles?
Ballistic.
Yeah, them attack was probably.
Yeah. And they said they was gonna have retaliation from that. Oh yeah, there's a plane crash in South Korea. I forgot about that. Well, 179 people perished on a flight that was holding 181 people.
But you know,
ultimate judgment.
I remember I seen a couple years ago from what was that? That was in South Korea. So like in Indonesia, in that realm, I think it's called the Pacific Rim or something. I think it was a monsoon or something that hit, which is like a hurricane. Man, I think the Lord eliminated damn near over 200,000 people one time. Just slept, put them to sleep. Or the other nations, they ain't nothing but vanity. They ain't like a drop in a bucket to him.
And then, I forgot. Saudi Arabia, city of Mecca, has been experiencing lots of flooding.
Yeah.
So
being visited by the Lord.
They quote unquote holy city is being hit with floods right now.
10% of storm. And then also he gonna challenge all these gods that they got, these fake ass gods these other nations got.
What the scripture says.
Saudi Arabia, who they mainly Muslims, they believe in Allah. Yeah, okay. We'll see if he help you.
Judges 13. This is Judges 10 and 13. Yea, ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. Go and cry to the gods which ye have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. So when you into a time of trouble, which is going to happen real soon, because we're entering into these perilous times. We're already in Jacob's trouble. When you experience these terrible times, you're gonna get to call on the Lord, and He's not gonna answer your prayers because you decided to reject Him. Decided to reject knowledge. So when you need Him the most, you're gonna be calling upon Him. You ain't gonna see no signs.
Yep. What do you say? They got something to go along with you. To back you up, Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and they cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and that that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Because once they'll come up with the answers. Because this new administration, boy, they full of Zionists. They finna start unleashing on America what George Soros and the rest of the NGO have been doing around the world as a little test, like over in Europe with the migrant situation. So they can do nothing but flood, like they did for the last 4 years, flood America with migrants. Like you read Jeremiah 51, you're going to fill it with caterpillars, and they're going to raise up, man. And the things that you have done, America, it shall be done unto thee.
Come on, man. This is Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 14. Salaki. Your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. And when ye, this is the point, and when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. And that's talking about you 2/3. Your hands are full of blood. So when you call upon the Lord in your most vulnerable time or moment, He's not going to listen, because when the Lord called upon you, you didn't listen.
You didn't even take a chance to know His name, so you go to Proverbs.
Exactly. And you just blatantly disrespected Him. Continued to do more and more wickedness and enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Even their prayer is an abomination.
Hold up. That's 30. Proverbs 30 and 4. Who have ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name, and what is his son's name, if thou canst tell? And if you can't answer this, you in trouble. Because his name ain't just God and Jesus. Right? His name is Yahweh, the Most High Power, the God of Israel. His name is Yahweh. He is. He exists. And his son's name is Yahweh Shai. He delivers. Right? So if you ain't caught on the true names of the Lord and repent with fear and trembling, you're in trouble. What it say? What the Lord gonna say? Many shall say, Lord, Lord, we have done this in your name. Now, he said, get away from me. You don't know me.
Says Zechariah.
continue to read Proverbs 30, boy. Whew.
This is Zechariah 13 and verse 7. And the points being below. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd and against the man that is my fellow, saith Yahweh of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered. And I will turn my hand upon the little ones. It shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. Then shall they call on my name. So you can't call upon the Lord's name if you don't have the correct name. And I will hear them. I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, Yahweh is my power. So that's why it is important to have the true names. Because if you can't call upon the true names, then...
Yep. You're finna be left out. Left out the wedding. What else you got?
I don't have nothing else to pull out.
I will.
Well, let me see. Hold up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just end it off with this scripture. This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. And it reads, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, which woe means destruction. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And these devils, these Edomites, they know their time is surely up.
They've been seeing them chariots. They know their time's short.
Exactly, it was lightning that struck. What was that? A Congress building or Empire State Building or something like that on New Year's. With the addition of all these chariot sightings that's been going on at the end of 2024. So they're gonna continue to try to expedite their plans and whatnot, because they know that their time is ticking and running out. So they're gonna usher out all of this stuff. So Lord willing, we see a lot of prophecies come to pass this year.
Yeah, they're starting to pop.
So
more and more.
Lord willing, the lesson was edifying to you all out there listening and watching. We're going to turn to the east, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. Double blessing and honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, once again, who taught us this truth through the spirit of power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And until next time, I say Shalom, Israel. Shalom.
Yeah, and guess what, Israel? We one day closer to the king.
Come.